Suffolk County 912 project. Suffolk County is the easternmost county on Long Island. And what I'd like to comment on right now is, the Tea Party movement in general. I mean, I'm a member of the 912 project, but we're all kind of working towards the same goals. So the question came up in my group, as I'm sure it's coming up in your group now that there's an election cycle coming up, is do we endorse candidates or do we not endorse candidates? What is best for one group is not always best for other groups. So it is a decision that each group is going to have to make. But if you want to be effective in this political process, there's three things you basically need. That's money, access, and credibility. Okay, money. We do need a couple of bucks, and I'm sure that you guys, do your thing where you get a couple of donations, as we do on Long Island. But that generally takes care of itself because we're really a community. We're not a special interest, so to speak. The credibility and the access are the two other things that you need. And how do you get access to elected officials and the process of government and the credibility to engage the process without actually endorsing a candidate or getting behind a candidate or engaging the process in a way that affects an election so that you can do what we all set out to do when we join these groups in the first place, which is to affect the process. So the determination that we made in Suffolk County 912 project, and we're a rather large group that I've learned, when comparing with other groups, we have about 1,300 members. I would say, there's some of them that aren't active, but we have a lot of active members. And, we all joined this group for a reason, and what we decided to do was to start endorsing candidates, get behind a candidate, and see what happens. So we had an election last November. We completely overturned a couple of the local town boards. You got your supervisors and your councilmen. Surprise, surprise, everyone thought this one guy was going to win, a Democrat, liberal Democrat. He ran up, we're paying like $10,000 a day in interest on this one debt alone. We cleared him out of office. We got a new supervisor elected and a lot of other people elected. Dean Murray, you guys know the name Dean Murray? He's a new assemblyman for the state of New York. He's a voice in the assembly for not just Long Island where we got him elected, but for all of us sitting right here, all like-minded people. We got behind this guy. We campaigned for him. We got the word out. We got the vote out. We endorsed him. And that means that now we have a lot of weight that we're carrying with the political process. Who's calling us up? And who are we reaching out to? Are we reaching out to these party people and saying, listen, we got this guy and we really think he's good? Or are the people of the Republican Party in Suffolk County, are they calling us up now and saying, where do you guys stand? Because we really don't want to, you guys have established a lot of credibility. That's where we're at now in Suffolk County. So basically the thought that I want to leave you with is that it's a different choice for each group. I mean, each of us all have our roles to play in this whole process. We've been put on this course to restore the United States back to the constitutional republic that it was founded upon. That's why we're engaging in this process. Now it's up to each of us to determine, do our individual groups that we're a member of have the capacity to get behind candidates, and do we have the ability to actually campaign and affect the process? And I'd be happy to take any practical questions that you guys have with respect to organization, backing candidates, the process.
I have a quick question. In congressional district, it's relatively easy because you have a lot of districts in the state. But when it comes to senatorial campaigns, I mean, there's only one person that's going to be running, let's say, the Republican ticket in the state. And we first have to know who are the candidates for that Republican ticket. We just heard this very eloquent and nice gentleman, and so was the one before him. But I have no clue who else is running, and I don't know if anybody else knows, and we need to know a little bit more. And this is not really directly for you because you are affiliated with him.
It's about the political process.
But we have to know who is running.
We're trying to affect that.
Some of this was open in the last 2 weeks. That's changed in the last 10 days.
But this is
2 new candidates in the last 10 days.
But this is how you find that out.
It itself if we know and we hear them.
How you find that out in general? How come, my group happens to know all this inside baseball of what's this guy's running over here and this guy's running over there, and, this guy's going to do this and that. The reason that we're able to acquire this knowledge of who's running for the nomination, because you're absolutely right, is, it comes time for the convention, and the parties say, this guy's running for this office, this guy's running for that office, and now you have a choice between Republican or Democrat. I mean, isn't that the same choice that we've had for the past, 100 years, and look where it's gotten us? You have to get inside the process. The way to do that is to, the committee's excellent way to do it. Oftentimes they're open elections, and you can run unopposed to get on the committees. You can find out like that. You can find out by engaging the process. Coming down into the library, doing what we're doing tonight is fine and good, but really the credibility and the access and everything else that I've talked about occurs when you step out of this room. Are you knocking on your neighbor's door? Are you organizing your community? Are you putting yourselves in the position so that the parties are contacting you saying, who's the candidate that we got to run in order to please the 15% swing vote that we actually represent? And that's how you find out, by engaging the process, but doing it in ways that are effective and creative and legal and established. That was great. Oh, okay.
Rich, are you, if I hear you saying that you as a group are picking out certain candidates as a group, and you're endorsing those certain candidates versus just encouraging your people to get involved in the process on their own with whoever they would endorse?
Each member is free to do whatever they want. You can set up the way that you endorse candidates in certain ways. Suffolk County 912 Project endorses Gary Burnson. He's earned our endorsement, and I say he's earned it, and I mean that. He came before us, and he sat down for 4 hours at a diner table, which I'm sure he would have liked to have been with his wife and new daughter, but he took the time to answer our questions, and he took the time to answer them honestly. There were a lot of other candidates that came before us that either couldn't answer the questions, or we found out later that they were lying. He earned it. But this is what we did was, we have a board of directors, and what the board did was we decided, that all the candidates that vetted with us, we will put them on a ballot, and we will put it out to the membership, because at the end of the day, it's a membership-driven organization. And the members, Gary spoke in front of our general meetings a few times, as did the other candidates, and the members overwhelmingly voted for Gary. He won on a field of 7 candidates by like 82%. This was, I should note, for the first congressional district race before Gary decided to explore the senatorial. But yeah, I mean, it was membership driven. We do actually endorse candidates, and I'll tell you what that's done for us. It's gotten us the ability to not write letters to the editor and hope that they print it and hope that they don't spin it. But it's given us the opportunity where the news, we're making the news. The newspapers are coming to us and saying, you guys are affecting the political process. What are you doing with this? What are you doing with that? And we're having an actual effect on the process.
And that's good for local elections. But when you have statewide, you have to coordinate with other key party
Absolutely. Yeah,
associations.
Personally,
because your 1,300 numbers is great for your
That's why he's here.
That's why.
He didn't need to come here from Suffolk County. He's coming from
Right, but we
Denver.
also have to find a way to communicate information-wise, so we know what's happening.
There are networks out there. What group do you remember?
I'm not a member, I'm an individual.
Well, the first thing you have to do is get involved in a group. You can retain your individuality, but that's how we communicate. It's by you being a member of a group and your group leaders.
We're here.
He's a member of
We're here.
Relevant.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. We're going to be in touch with your
And
leadership.
we've got a website which we update, and that's how you can get information on the website.
He asked me what member I'm a group of. That's